choice to be a traditional wife, a traditional housewife, or not to be one. And the way I like to say it is traditionalism with a twist, okay? Because I don't wash, I don't cook every day, and I hardly clean my house. I wash my towels, okay? How do you have the marriage that you want to? Okay. Shout out to Lisa. Lisa sent me a video today about another YouTuber talking about being a traditional wife. And I was trying to listen to it, but I don't like to listen to a lot of traditional Christian women because it's the same typical thing we've came up on in the church. And I don't believe that. I don't teach that, and I don't conduct my marriage to that. But I did comment because in the video it was saying how basically traditional housewife for her is she stays home, she does everything, and the husband does nothing other than work. Come home and put up his foot on the couch. He doesn't help with the kids, nothing. And so I commented and said, just so I could let at least know listeners know that I went over there, that my husband helps with the kids. My husband give baths. My husband helps with homework. My husband reads. My husband cooks for me and the kids. He loves to cook for us. My husband loves to cook. Um, Him and his friends, they had a restaurant while they were in college. My husband will take the kids out so that I can have some free time. My husband will do whatever I ask him to do. He will do it. He will never tell me, no, if I ask him to clean the bathroom, the toilet, he'll do it. I've never asked him to clean the toilet. If I ask him to wash clothes, I don't because we have a laundry, sir. But my husband will do whatever I ask him to do. He will never say, no, I ain't going to do that. That's a woman's job. And so for me, what we know as traditional wife is the husband just works, pay the bills, and sit on the couch and watch TV. To me, that's not a healthy marriage, and that's not getting him involved with the children. So that's what we're going to talk about. I wrote 7 things down to kind of, how do you get the marriage you want to have? How to choose the husband you want to have. Okay, I'm gonna mention Gill and Mylra because that's a big part of choosing your husband. So I want to thank you for your love and support. It's Friday. I was supposed to do Married at First Sight live. I don't think that's going to happen. We're going out for dinner. My husband just went to lay down for a few minutes. We're gonna go out for dinner. So I just don't think I'm gonna make it back in time to do a live, but I'll try to do it in the morning, okay? Or I'll just tape it and then we could talk in the comments, okay? So thank you for your love and support. Be sure to check the video out I did yesterday on Queen Mylra defending Stacia. And she's, on the special for Married at First. I'm going to watch it because she dropped some tea on there. Really, really quick. Okay. We want to say congratulations to the new Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson is the first Black woman in the Supreme Court. She was sworn in at noon on yesterday as the 116th Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. And so we are so excited for her. One, because she is a person of color. Two, because she is a woman of color. And number three, because she is a woman. And so we are so excited. We are so happy. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but maybe Alyssa and a few. Maybe I was new on YouTube, but the Lord told me in 20 whenever that Trump was going to win the election. As a matter of fact, I wrote the ebook that God told me Trump was going to win the election in 2020, and Trump was also going to put 3 justices on the Supreme Court. And I was really, really believing and praying and hoping to God that one of the justices he added was a Black woman. However, the Republicans, they get their justices from a group of vetted justices, and I don't think they have no Black people in there. So Black justices, there are Black Republicans, Black conservatives. Y'all need to get in there. Okay, y'all need to get in there. So the next time a Republican president is president and a seat is open, perhaps a Black person will be chosen. The reason why I want to bring this up, and I'm trying to say this with as much grace and compassion and love and softness and gentleness and femininity and everything that's in me that is about sweet baby Jesus. Okay. I had to post something on my page because I do not like ignorance. The Bible says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And so, listen, y'all. Justice Jackson ain't going. You're not gonna get no free stuff. Okay, you're not. That's not the way it works. Justice Jackson is not about to go on the Supreme Court and giving those white people her a kiss and put her foot in it, and she's about to rip up the court. That's not the way it works. Okay. I got in the car. I say, "You, Mike." I say, Mike. You know, all the black people are like, "Yes, God, she's about to give it to them, honey. She's about to give it to her." Mike was like, "They can't count." Okay, what that mean is there are 9 justices. Okay, I say, well, I didn't think about that. Maybe they just didn't learn it in school. There's 9 justices. There's 6 conservatives and 3 liberals. What that means is that all the decisions that's coming down, especially constitutional decisions, will be conservatively leaned, i.e., the decision that just came down. Was it this week or last week that I am trying everything in me not to talk about? Okay, every decision that's going to come down the pipe will be conservatively leaned. Okay, 6 is greater than 3. My husband says she will have a lot of dissent, means she doesn't agree with the decision, but she's not about to go put her foot in nothing. Okay, that's just not the way it works. Okay, she gonna talk and they gonna be like, all right, yeah, whatever. How you vote? Because the three is not going to overwin the 6. Okay, and Chief Justice, even if Chief Justice Roberts go with the 3, it's still 4 against it's still 4 against 5 because Chief Justice is a conservative justice. Okay, so don't say stuff like that, because I was talking to somebody and I was like, I just had to say, you do know that's not how it worked, and it just crushed her spirit. Like, what you mean it don't work? We already got black man up there. He ain't doing nothing for black people. And I'm like, that's not the way it works. That's why I don't understand why people are mad at Justice Thomas, because he ain't doing nothing for black people. Boo boo. That's not the way it works. He's a conservative justice. He was not put up there by a Democratic president, though the Supreme Court is not supposed to be political, but presidents put justices up there that will create the laws that they want. And I think I heard somebody say Mitch McConnell was working 50 years to reshape the court. Another thing I learned is Democrats realized when Trump put 3 justices up there that they realized that Democrats don't care about the Supreme Court as much as Republicans do. Okay, Republicans understand, in order to change the trajectory of this country, we need to reshape the Supreme Court. And that's what Mitch McConnell has been doing for all these years, reshaping the Supreme Court, the court that make the laws. And okay, so I just wanted to say that because, I feel bad for people who think now because we have a black liberal woman on the court that you're about to get some free money and she's about to make them do what she wants them to do. That's just not the way it works. All right. All right. I just want to say that, I hope did I say that real nice and soft, Elisa? Because Alyssa will tell me, you didn't have to say it like that, girl. Girl, you said that right. I just wanted to say that, but I love you. Okay. That's just not the way it works. Okay. Get you an American government book, read history, American History 101, United States. Just read something. Okay. All right. So the decision to be a housewife, not to be a housewife, to be a traditional wife, not to be a traditional wife, I always say it goes back to the choosing. I'm going to write a book, y'all, because let me tell you, I really need women to understand that the husband you choose determine the rest of your life. You cannot want to be a traditional housewife or stay-at-home mom, but you marry a man who can't afford to make you a traditional housewife and so on and so forth. So it goes back to your choosing. So number one is, how do you choose the marriage that you want? How do you decide if you want to be a housewife or not want to be a housewife, or you want to stay home or work? My thing when I was dating was I wanted to work because I want to, not because I have to. And what is the difference between that? If I get up tomorrow and I don't want to go to work, I don't go to work. I still work outside of the home. We are working on that. My husband and I are working on it. But if I get up Monday, Tuesday morning and say, Mike, okay, I'm ready. He's like, okay, because he been told me. Okay, you write your letter. I don't ever tell him, complain to him about nothing at the job. Because I know why he gonna write the letter. Everything is write the letter, okay? So you can't choose a husband who is not able to provide for, because I know women who are stay-at-home wives and they're on welfare, crying, you can't pay your bills, you can't feed your kids. Get your ass up and go to work. Excuse the language. If he's not able to comfortably provide for you, you need to go to work, or you need to create multiple streams of income. My husband works. My husband is sole provider. I don't pay any bills in my house. We've been married 9 years. In 9 years, I've never paid a bill. My husband don't ask me for no mortgage payment. All I know is every month I get the alert the mortgage is paid on the phone. Okay, the only thing comes out of my income is our health insurance, because my health insurance were unionized and we pay pennies for my health insurance. Pennies. What I pay for my health insurance, I pay about $300 a month for everything, vision, 300 to pay, vision, eye, dental, everything. My husband would be paying $1,200 per pay to have the coverage that I have for $300 a month. So it only makes sense that we stay on my insurance, where we get dental, health insurance. We had $5 copay. Then we just went up to $10 copay. And my husband didn't know what $5 copay is, because his copay with Cigna was $20. I was like, $20. I started trembling. I was like, $20. I have a fit paying $10, because I remember $5 days when I went to urgent care and I went to get my pharmacy, my medicine. You know how much I had to pay out of my pocket? 78 cents. 78 cents. Okay, so it just makes sense for us to be on my health insurance, because I pay pretty much pennies. Okay, for my health insurance. Okay, so if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, a traditional housewife where you do not have to work, first of all, number one is you need to do what? You need to envision the life you want to have. This is what I keep telling y'all. Let me tell you, God is a sure God. You can't be wishy-washy, double-minded. You have to, whatever you want, you got to make up in your mind and stick to it. Do not be like a chaff in the wind, blowing back and forth, front and back. I want, you want this today? No, I have always wanted to have a husband that provided for me, and I work because I want to, not because I have to. When COVID happened, remember 2020, and they sent us home, And they want us to come back. Miles, write the letter. Write the letter. Okay, I was home for like 6 months. Didn't miss a beat. And I wasn't getting paid. But I was home with my babies because my babies was home. And when I had little Michael, 6 months. And I wanted to take a year, but I couldn't take a year because, time. The longer you're out, it's like you go back one step. And I'm like, nah, baby, I've been there too long. I can't be going backwards, okay? So you have to think about the life you want to have and choose accordingly. So number 1 is envision the life you want to have. Number 2, date what you want. I am so tired of you ladies messaging me, or I see it on Facebook or in the single groups. Oh my God. Come here, baby. What happened? What's the matter? Oh no. Oh. I can't breathe. Okay. Okay, breathe. Deep breaths. Deep. Okay. What happened? You run into something? No, something hit me. Oh. Right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. Ow. Okay. Ow. Okay. All right. Go right back to what he's doing. Okay. Date for what you want. Don't be dating men that you don't want. Somebody messaged me about, I went on a date. He said he don't want to get married, but he can't be convinced. I told her no. That is not your job to convince a man to want to get married. That's not your responsibility. Because if you convince him to want to get married, you're going to have to convince him to be a provider. You're going to have to convince him to be a protector. You're going to convince him to be a professor. You're going to try to convince him to be faithful. You're going to convince him to have kids. You're going to have to convince him. Do not marry men who do not want to get married. So you have to date what you want. When I was dating, any man I met that didn't want to get married, I ain't talk to them no more. The only ones I continued to date that I was physically attracted to and everything lined up was the ones that wanted to get married. They didn't want to get married, or they've been married too many times. That was it for me. Okay, number 2. Number 3, know his vision for you. Let me tell you, some of these men, especially black men, they view black women as horses. That's why they want you to go to work 40 hours, have 55 kids, wash, cook, clean, do homework, drop the baby off at daycare, work 6 jobs, and still have a moist coochie at night to satisfy him. I don't know how y'all doing because I can't do all of that. So it is so important for you to know how a man envision a woman. Does he see you as his gift? Does he see you as his prize? Does he see you as precious? Does he see you as the crown on his head? If he see you as a workhorse, you don't need to marry him. I read something, this was a while back. She said, I knew my boyfriend did not love me when he allowed me to walk a 4 flight of stairs with a 24-pack of water. The devil is a lie. When me and my husband go to the supermarket, and he tell him, don't you touch them bags, go on in the house. And sometimes I be wanting to help, and he's like, no, go inside. So it is so important to know how men view you. What does he view woman as? Does he view you that you strong, you can do all these things? These are things you need to know, and that's why it goes back to the choosing. Number 4, choose what you want. Y'all women marrying the Gills of this world who can't pay rent. He can't pay rent. This is why I don't understand why so many women are so mad at Mylra, because she was clear about what she wanted. She said, I want somebody who has comparable income. This vinaigrette couldn't even pay his deposit for the mortgage, for the rent. And look, she traveling all over with Johnny. I bet you Johnny ain't got no problem pulling out that card, honey. As Johnny say, he planned to retire at 40 and he 35. So you know what that means? Johnny is well financially established. So a lot of you women are choosing these builder males and builder bobs and potentials and hobo, H-O-B sexual, and then cry about him not being what you want him to be. But that's who you chose. You chose a potential. And you know what I say about potential? Potential will potentially disappoint you. So don't choose somebody who is potentially going to become what you want. If he is not what you want, you need to walk away. Okay? If he is not what you want, walk away. You trying to force somebody to be what you want. No, you are suppressing him like a balloon under the, and sooner or later, girl, he gonna pop up over here. Number 5, make sure he has a heart like Christ. He have a heart of a servant. The Lord gave me a revelation. See, church people think that the wife was sent to serve the church, to serve the husband. But if you read the Bible, read Jesus. Jesus served the disciples. See, husband is a servant. The husband's responsibility is to serve his wife and his kids. This is why husbands provide, husband protect, husband profess. Husband tell me I'm pretty. I like your hair like that. I like that dress. What you want for dinner? My husband has never called me in 9 years of marriage and asked me what's for dinner. I'm not a provider. No, I'll call him and I'll say, what would you like me to make for you for dinner? Okay. I think I've shared this story on my 40th. I got married at 35, 36, right? So it was like a few months before my 36th birthday. And so when I was single, even with Lexi, I never cooked every day. And I was like, one of my questions for dating was asking the man, did he eat leftovers? I went out with a guy who didn't eat leftovers. He wanted a home cooked meal every day. And he don't believe in helping with the kids. Now, here's the catch. I said, oh, okay. Oh, so I could quit my job. Oh, no, we're going to need your money. So let me get this straight. I got to work to help you to pay the bills. He made less than me. He made $25,000 less than me at the time. He didn't know, but I didn't want to hurt his little feelings. I have to help you to work to pay these bills, but I can't leave the baby with you to go wash my hair and get my nails done? Girl, bye. This is to make sure he values you. When we bought this house and we walked in, he came in, walked in the living room, walked in here. He looked around. He said, this is a big house. I'm going to get you somebody to help you to clean. In 9 years, I have a cleaning service cleaning my house. Why? My husband values me. He does not want me to spend all my time cleaning. Plus, my father threatened him. Okay. He said, let me tell you, Janice has a gift and a calling on her life. And I need you to give her time and space to work on her gifts and her talent. And to this day, my husband is my biggest cheerleader and my biggest supporter. If he don't see me writing or hear me talk about my books, he'll ask me, babe, you haven't written. I never heard you say anything. You want to take the kids out? I don't want you telling Pastor Bradshaw I don't give you time and space to write. And I was like, no, I'm just taking a break. So because he values me, he doesn't see me as a workhorse. He don't want me to spend all my time cleaning. When COVID happened and I was home for 6 months, I didn't have them come. I think I might have had them came because I was home. So, I cleaned. But yes, my cleaning service, they come once a week. And every morning I wipe down the toilets with the Lysol stuff, and I spot clean. They come once a month, and I spot clean and stuff because the baby's big now, so it's not much mess. But he values me. He doesn't want me to spend all my time washing. And so there was a black laundromat going around, and they was like, "Oh, we'll pick up your laundry, we'll wash and bring it back." And I said, "Look, my black business, small black business." He was like, "Okay." And so I've had laundry service, I don't know, about 8 years. So my husband got me somebody to come in to clean the house, and we drop our laundry off or they pick it up. My husband just went to drop off laundry today because he was away. He went to Atlanta this week and came home. And next week he's going to Canada. So he wanted to make sure, everything is in place. So when he's not here, I don't have to worry about anything. Why? Because he values me. He sees me as his gift. He sees me as his prize. He sees me as the crown on his head. He sees me like Christ sees the church. He doesn't see me as a workhorse. Okay, what was that? Number 5. Number 7, make sure he loves you. What is love? Love is an action word. Husband, love your wives like Christ loved the church. And unfortunately, ladies, one of the things my daddy told me, and I did the video, never love him more than he loves you. It doesn't mean I don't love my husband. It just means he loves me enough to play his role. See, when you love too much pygmishas, those are the ones I love. You wash, cook, clean, have 55 kids, have 78 jobs, and he on here laying down on the couch playing video game all day, and you're just running around doing everything, girl. And because you love him too much. Allowing your husband to love you more than you love him is making sure he can fulfill his role as a husband. That means you love me, you get up, you go to work. My husband's been working from home over 2 years since COVID. Okay. Ever so often he goes in the office. And also my husband travels. So like next week, my husband's going to Canada for a week. So because he values me, he doesn't see me as a workhorse. He loves me. He makes sure he do what he needs to do to help me. So like I said, my husband will do homework. My husband will give the baby a bath. My husband will take the kids out so I can get some free time because he understands that I need some time to rest. Okay. And I love to hear the stories of my father-in-law. He said when he came home, him and the boys, my husband and his brothers, they would cook for their mom. And that's where my husband got it. My husband loves to cook for me. So he saw his dad cooking for his mom and she liked it. But something my husband says, he said his mom needed more emotional support. And so he gives me a lot of emotional support. Okay. So it is so important. It's in the choosing. I keep saying that you cannot choose summer, but you want winter. Do you know what I mean? It's all in the choosing. So you have to decide what it is you want. Ladies, you make sure this man view you like the best thing on God's green earth, like Christ look at the church. If he don't see you like that, forget it. You're going to be miserable living in here. I love you. I got to go. We going on for dinner. I don't know where we're going. But I love you. Let me know what you think. Okay. I love you. Be sure to subscribe. My Patreon is available to show me love and support. My books are also available. I need reviews. If you haven't reviewed any of my books, I need reviews. 23 Tasks of Guys, that's my #1 bestseller. Pick that up for me. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.